Hello, welcome to Ikate's Crossing as we continue our exploration of shin Jyutsu. Okay, let me just light an incense. Let's clear the energy of the day. Let's take a moment to sort of take a breath. Oops. Oh, putting my hand over that hot candle was not a good idea. Right, okay, so where are we up to? Okay, now we're going to talk about that holding fingers. You know how I was showing you how we hold our thumb and our ring finger? Let's dive into a little bit deeper in regard to that. Holding fingers changes thoughts. If thoughts are lifted up, the whole organism changes, Mary Burmeister. Change the focus of your thoughts and your life changes, said Mary. We all know how much our mindset affects our state of health. When we constantly think negative thoughts, our life energy sinks along with our mood. We literally drag ourselves down. Brooding and worrying, as is well known, affects the stomach and causes ulcers. When we think of our loved ones, our mood suddenly brightens and we feel a warm sensation in our heart, even though the person might not even be present. The thought alone brings forth the feeling or physical state within us, the most subtle level. Of the three levels of being within us, the levels of thought, feeling, and the body. The level of thought is the most subtle. From physics, we know that the greatest force comes from the most subtle particles. Matter is the lowest degree of mind. Mind is the highest degree of matter. The power that took effect at the origin of creation is still operative, albeit in muted fashion, as human willpower. Through willpower, we produce new thoughts or change old ones. We create our own world through our thoughts. If we want a better world, our thinking must be governed by purity, which originates in the heart, because what we call a conscious is the voice of the divine in the heart. We can access it, similarly to a computer, when we know the password, and the password is silence. The more we calm the mind, keeping it free from the volatility of emotion, expectation and fear, the more successful we will be in gaining access to this inner voice. Mary says, when my chatter, my ifs and my buts and my, if I had only done it differently, fall silent, I can potentially perceive what is. When my will doesn't constantly create new thoughts, I can receive a higher will, the will of the divine. Okay, the 5 attitudes. Attitudes are patterns of thought and feeling that we have shaped through continuous repetition. Shin Jyutsu distinguishes between 5 major attitudes: worry, fear, anger, sadness, and pretense. Pretends or trying to. When we are trapped in one of these 5 attitudes, it is often very hard to free ourselves from it, since a certain automatism has set in. For example, if we happen to have often had the experience that we can't do something very well, we tend to meet every new situation and challenge with fear and uncertainty. By contrast, if we were often supported and encouraged in our activities as children, we tend to be open-minded and curious about the new. Just as we have rehearsed this mentality, we can let go of it again through repeated exercise. The greatest obstacle is man himself, the pattern of his thought. If that doesn't change, we fall back into the old pattern. This is why daily self-help is so important. Burmeister. The 5 attitudes in shin Jyutsu is worry, fear, the cause of all the other attitudes, anger or rage, grief and sadness, pretense, trying to, and lack of joy. Mary emphasized time and again that everything we need for harmony and balance lies within ourselves. Thus, alongside conscious breathing, holding our fingers is another way of maintaining balance. Okay, there's quite a lot here. Okay, so number one, which is the thumb. Okay, so when we're looking at the thumb, this is man being centered, self-confidence. Its depth is worry, rumination, and stomach spleen. Okay, number two is the ring finger. Okay, the ring finger. Depth, grief, sadness, lungs, large intestine. It's letting go for a new beginning and common sense. Number three is this one here. Oh, sorry, it's this one here. Sorry. 2 was the ring finger. 3 is this one here. Which is anger, rage, liver, and gallbladder, being in sync with the cosmic rhythm and creativity. 4th is this one here, which is fear, kidneys, and bladder, which is being in tune with one's destiny and courage. And number 5, which is the little finger here, is the depth is pretense, trying to, heart, and small intestine. And it is perfect life, power, and joy. And then the actual 6. Okay, so this is the center of the hand here. Okay, center of the hand here. This is number 6, and this is harmony, basic trust, diaphragm, and umbilicus. Interesting. Okay. So it's alongside conscious breathing, holding our fingers, and other. Okay, so the 5 attitudes, Jyutsu. We said Mary emphasized time and again that everything we need for harmony and balance lies within ourselves. Thus, alongside conscious breathing, holding our fingers is another way of attaining balance and relaxing. Jerome Marai discovered that several energy flows which connect with the entire body begin or end in each of our fingers. He had himself practiced finger holding in distress, and this saved him from a life-threatening situation. In situations where we are nervous or afraid, we need to intuitively hold our hands or fingers to calm ourselves. Holding, as practiced in Jyutsu, stems from the wisdom hidden deep within humanity. The fact that holding fingers impacts thinking and consciousness is palpably expressed in the word grasp. Small children must first touch everything in order to understand it. Healing through the power of the fingers. We can release our attitudes and petrified thoughts patterns simply by holding our fingers, thus simultaneously harmonizing everyday stress as well as mental, emotional, and physical fatigue. Studies have shown that a genuine change in thinking is a crucial part of the healing process. We can only effect this change in ourselves through a targeted decision. Regularly holding our fingers can deepen this determination. That's why daily self-help is so important for achieving success. You can practice finger holding while sitting, lying down, or standing. Simply accustom yourself to holding a finger whenever your hands are free. You need only hold any given finger with the other hand. See for yourself, you would rather hold the fingers of the right or left hand. Should you notice that it's unpleasant to hold a particular finger, then it is entirely possible that it needs special attention and treatment. Or you can simply hold the finger you are most drawn to. Like the mudras, holding fingers is meant to be an open-ended daily practice. You can hold a finger for anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes, or simply try out what feels best to you. God, I'm lucky if I hold them for more than 2 minutes. Okay, so holding thumbs harmonizes worry. Holding the thumb harmonizes worry and negatory overthinking. Worry pulls us away from the present and dissipates our energy. And yet yesterday is already long gone. We can no longer change it. And tomorrow is not yet here. All there is now. Holding the thumb also helps when we feel depressed, hateful, obsessive, and anxious. Simultaneously harmonizes stomach and spleen function energy. It is well known that worrying affects the stomach. Holding the thumb helps us to digest nutrients as well as external impressions and stimuli, and thus to strengthen our core. Babies like to suck their thumbs. This not only supports the absorption of our nutrients, but it also harmonizes parents' worrying. Holding the thumb also strengthens self-confidence and fosters love and compassion for others. Okay, so let's hold our thumb and see how we feel. Let's go through and just feel we want to hold our thumb. Okay, just very, very gently. Take a nice deep breath. Remember, you can pause the video if need be. You're going to hold your thumb. You can pause the video if necessary, if you need a little bit longer. I'm going to be moving quite quickly through these exercises, so just take a nice deep breath. If I take my time, we'll be over an hour with the video, and we don't quite want that long. So remember, you can pause and stop the video when necessary. Feeling the sensations. Feel what happens to your thumb when you hold it. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And be aware of the feeling as you breathe in. Be conscious of your breathing. And when you're ready, I want you to swap the thumb that you're holding. Again, breathing. Remember to breathe. And as I read through each of the fingers, I want you to hold that finger. Now you can pause or stop the video if you need a little bit longer than I read. So as I read about each finger, don't forget to hold that finger. Okay, the next one is the index finger. Okay, the index finger allows us to stay in the flow. Holding the index finger harmonizes fear. Holding it helps us to let go of any fears, uncertainties, perfectionism, and shyness. Many states that fear is the cause of all the other attitudes. The primordial fear of becoming uncoupled from divine unity. So this is number 4. Okay, so we're looking at 4 depth, right? So the index finger. Okay, many states that fear is the cause of all the other attitudes, the primordial fear of becoming uncoupled from divine unity. Fear blocks physical healing. New research in immunology has shown that the immune system is more strongly activated in people who are cheerful, happy, and free of fear. Mary's introductory book, Fun with Fingers and Toes, therefore begins with holding the index finger. Holding the index fingers supports your kidney and bladder function energy as well, thereby strengthening the will to live. Folk wisdom knows about the connection between fear and a weakened bladder function. Thus, we still say that we pee our pants when we are scared. If you are afraid of the dentist, simply hold your index finger and you will feel your fear and pain subside. Okay, so now that you've done the index finger, how do you feel? Do you need to pause or stop the video for a second before I continue with the next finger? Do so now. Okay, welcome back. Holding the middle finger harmonizes anger. Anger is actually bottled up creative energy that is often suddenly discharged at the wrong person. It is often associated with situations where things don't go our way. If you know the state and are irritable all day long, if you are easily overcome by violent fits of temper or if frustration and aggression are part of your attitude towards life, holding the middle finger will help you. It will calm you down while simultaneously protecting liver and gallbladder energy. This connection is also reflected in our everyday speech. When we are angry or frustrated at being ignored, we ask, "What am I? Chopped liver?" As if someone is bitter and rancorous, we say that he has a lot of gall. Holding the middle finger helps to translate our creative powers into action. Okay, stop the video now before continuing if you need to. Okay, next, holding the ring finger harmonizes sadness. Holding the ring finger can help us to let go, be it of old clothes or a friendship that's no longer right for us. Letting go means saying goodbye and grieving. And that's very important. Holding the ring finger helps people who cannot grieve or cry. When we don't experience these feelings, we become emotionally stunted. After a certain time, however, grief ought to come to an end, and we ought to let go. Disappointment, feelings of guilt, and negative thoughts can be harmonized by holding the ring finger as well, which boosts the common sense optimism that things are going to get better again. Holding the ring finger harmonizes lung and large intestine function energy. Please pause the video while you continue holding the ring finger. Okay, welcome back. Holding the little finger harmonizes pretense, trying to. Holding the little finger brings joy into our lives. If a person doesn't love his work, it takes a lot of effort and strain to carry it out. Too much trying and stress, in turn, will disharmonize heart function energy, which also happens when we pretend, for example, when we laugh on the outside, even though we are crying inside. Holding the little finger allows us to live from the heart and be faithful to our own truth. Thus arises lightness and serenity. and life becomes simple. It can even improve our relationship with our partner. Jumper cabling the little finger harmonizes heart and small intestine function energy. Please stop the video while you continue with holding the ring finger. The little finger, should I say. Sorry, while you continue holding the little finger. Okay, next, holding the palm harmonizes our whole being. Holding the palm of our hand, the fingers of one hand resting in the palm of the other, and vice versa, connects us with the internal energy source that is available to all. This energy source serves every cell in our body. It produces a beneficial equilibrium and brings order into chaos. A variation of this exercise consists in folding the hands as in prayer, which harmonizes our whole being and allows us to surrender to the universal life force. Folding our hands as in prayer, we simultaneously hold the palms of both hands as well as all our fingers. This hand position harmonizes us at all levels of our being. Okay, so continue to do that. Take a breath. Pause the video necessary. Okay, the last little bit. The opposite finger and toe flow. In the opposite finger and toe flow, one hand is holding the fingers, the other hand is holding the opposite toes, one after the other. This is especially well suited for treating others. Connecting the fingers and toes purifies and regenerates the whole body. The flows from fingers to toe traverse the entire body, all vertebrae, discs and joints. The opposite finger and toe flow is also called the hospital flow because it is easy to give and fosters healing throughout the body. For example, if you have a friend or a loved one who has been in hospital after an accident or has been hospitalized after an accident, you can ask all of the patient's visitors to perform the opposite finger and toe flow, which is especially conducive for broken bones and vertebrae. This flow also supports the correct setting of the bone at the point of fractures and hastens recovery. If it is given immediately after an injury or a stroke, it can even alleviate paralysis. You should allow 20 to 30 minutes for each side when giving this flow. If you only have time for one side, jumper cable the other side later. Okay, so you hold the left thumb with one hand and the right little toe with the other until it begins to pulse. Then you do the index finger with the right fourth toe. Hold the left middle finger with the right middle toe. Hold the left ring finger, then the right second toe. Hold the left little finger and the right big toe, and then you reverse the sequence for the other side. Okay, so that's it for the moment. Let's have a look at Safety Energy Lock 5. That's what we're going to focus on right now. Remember, this is between the ankles, underneath the inner ankle, between the bone and the heel. Regeneration, letting go of the old, embracing the new. Underneath the inner ankle, between the bone and the heel, spirit uniting with the body, symbol of man, rising above the five senses. The number 5 stands for man and his longing to grow and rise above the five senses. To overcome fear and uncertainty, we must develop love in our heart, where it is possible to overcome antagonisms and unite opposites. The number 5 is the number of healing. SEL 5 helps to let go of old thoughts, habits, and find a new direction. Located at the inner ankle, SEL 5 encompasses the spleen, kidney, and liver organ flows, thus strengthening our energy for regeneration, reproductive, and vitality. Your affirmation is, free of fear, I let go of the old. Free of fear, I let go of the old. Free of fear, I let go of the old. With love in my heart, I grow. With love in my heart, I grow. With love in my heart, I grow. Free of fear, I let go of the old. With love in my heart, I grow. Okay, when and how to hold SL 5. Physical, it strengthens the uterus. Okay, it strengthens the uterus, ovaries, and prostate. Menstrual pain, promotes fertility, opens the chest, bronchial, asthma, tetanus, strengthens the ears, digestive problems, and hip problems. Mental and emotional, fears and uncertainties, discarding old habits, thoughts, ability to love. Okay, so your first one is to hold both SELs 5 at the same time. So let's do that now. Let's hold both SEL 5s at the same time. Okay, so you can see where she has the hand on her foot, but do that on both sides. Let's take a nice deep breath, gently holding those two spots. Remember to pause or stop the video if necessary before you continue. Whew. Okay, you might need a little bit longer. Okay, so next we're going to use the SL 15. Okay, the Safety Energy Lock 15 with this one as well. So you put the right hand on the right SEL and the left hand on the left 15 SEL. Okay, so 15 is of course in the groin, in the middle of the groin. This is one we've done before, joy and laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. The inner ecstasy of the spirit is the secret fountain of youth. Okay, SEL 15 helps to relieve mental tension, generates new ideas, it harmonizes physical activity, strengthens the pelvic organs, allows energy to flow down to the feet. With its power of renewal, SEL 15 helps the body to heal more quickly. Followed injury and surgery, an open SEL 15 fills the heart with hope. Okay, so we have looked at this one before. So this is what we want to do. This is the image here at the top. Okay, so doing that now. So we want to put the right hand on the right SEL and the left hand on that groin, in the middle of the groin. So that's what you want to do now. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And you want to hold that position until you feel the sensation of it opening up. Remember to pause or stop the video if necessary. To breathe, to be relaxed, to be calm. Might need to pause or stop the video if necessary before swapping sides. With your left hand on your left SEL 5 and your right hand on the right SEL 15. Remember to pause the video. You may need a bit longer when you're starting out. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth and relax before continuing with the next one. Okay, we're going to hold our index fingers. Now we've just done all the hands before. So we're holding the index finger again. So we've already done our fingers and things, but we're going to hold our index finger. Now, because you've already done this once, it might not take as long to do this again. But remember to pause the video if necessary. Nice deep breath. Remember to do the other hand. Okay, before we do the last one. Okay, here we've got SEL 5 with the right hand and SEL 16 with the left hand. Now we've just done SEL 16s with the behind the heel. Or behind the foot at the bottom there. We've just done the SEL 16, so we do know that position. So here we've got SEL 5 with the right hand and SEL 16 with the left. So this reduces pain and alleviates arthritis and sore joints. Oh, this is going to be a good one for me today. I forgot about that one. That's a good one for me for today. So let's do this left hand on the SL5 and the right on the right SL16. Or the other way around, sorry. You can do both ways. So you can do the right on the SL5 and the left on the left SEL. So just do that, just relax. You can even try it with the right. Even do it on the same foot with the right SEL 5 and the left hand on the right SEL 16. So there's lots of combinations you can do with this one here. You can put both hands on the same side, or you can do opposite sides. Try which combinations and see how you feel. It's going to open up in all sorts of ways. Okay, so have you tried the different combinations to see what works for you, to see how it feels, to see the differences? Remember, we are all individuals and we might react differently with different combinations. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care. Blessed be. Oh, a little side note, don't forget, if you're a Ko-Fi member or supporter, you're going to get a little bit more information on the on Ko-Fi. Okay, so don't forget, if you are a Ko-Fi member or supporter, you're going to get a little bit more information available to you. Okay, that's it from me.